My name is Marek Ranis. I am a visual artist, and I'm also professor of art at the University of North Carolina, Charlotte, Department of Art and Art History, College of Arts and Architecture. Since late 90s, my work is very much focusing on environmental issues, but it really lasts 24 years where my work really focuses on climate change. My studio work and my artistic practice is definitely research-based, and so over the years, as I was researching climate change, my work dramatically evolved and kind of was touching on anthropology of climate change, indigenous rights, social issues, post-colonialism, many different aspects of it, and kind of moved from representation towards more complex issues. Maja Godlewska is a visual artist, predominantly painter, but also installation artist. She also worked at the University of North Carolina, where she is a professor of painting. We started collaboration many years ago, probably already 25 years since our first collaboration. I believe she sees herself as predominantly a painter. Maja had this kind of tremendous sensitivity to nature and landscape, and that's where our interests kind of overlapping. And she's a great observer, and they have this I think, on some level more kind of poetic relation to the nature. So on occasion we collaborate on the project, which I really enjoyed because she kind of pulled me back to this, I don't want to say kind of romantic approach to the landscape, but much more sensitive and delicate and gentle and maybe more artistic. Mare Liberum, kind of 17th century concept of ocean opened for everybody. In that context of 17th century, we can definitely understood as a kind of mostly kind of colonial understanding of it. I mean, obviously it's a resource for fishing and resources, but also a way of highway to get places. Our understanding of Mare Liberum, kind of new approach, is that increasingly individuals, people, see this large, amazing landscape as a kind of also belonging to them, and they feel kind of empowered to engage with preservation or conservation or political action or environmental action. And that's what our project is kind of focusing on, those individuals, organizations who see them. We're not going to wait for the state or the government or the federal government or United Nations to make this change. We need to take an action. It kind of belongs to us. If it's Mare Liberum, it's Mare Liberum also for me individually. We are, first of all, we're kind of focusing on the kelp and kind of symbolism of kelp as underwater invisible forest, which relates to kind of beginning of environmental movement, in particular in Europe, with tremendous deforestation. As we think about the forest on the land as a symbol of environmental kind of protection, then we can reverse this and kind of find something very tactile. And as an object itself, with its life cycles and the movement, you can be completely mesmerized by it, right? It's hypnotizing on some level.
My name is Nancy Caruso, and I'm a marine biologist and executive director of Get Inspired, a nonprofit organization. Kelp forests are one of the most productive ecosystems in the world. These kelp forests house more than 800 species of animals. Giant kelp forests, like we have here in Southern California, only occur in a handful of places around the globe. And unfortunately, in all of those places right now, they're in decline.
Like a forest, it's a physical manifestation of the health of the ocean, of the quality of the water, of the diversity of the animals around, of our impact on the environment because of the discharge from the construction and human activities. So it was very site-specific, kind of the Orange County conditions and activism here, and also the fact that kelp is growing all over the world and it kind of symbolically relates to the kind of larger ecosystem globally.
I was in the middle of trying to restore giant kelp forests, and it became a really important and inspiring project with over 200 volunteers from the community who were coming out and helping me 3 days a week to dive and clear out sea urchins and plant kelp. And I had over 5,000 students who helped me to grow the kelp, and I just wasn't ready to give up yet. I wasn't finished with the project. So in 2009, I founded Get Inspired. We've been working on the kelp forest restoration, also green abalone restoration, pismo clam restoration, and white sea bass restoration. All species that are found along the coast of Orange County here, but for one reason or another, related to human conduct, we have either over-harvested or lost that species, and we're trying to restore them with the help of the community so that the community then has a stake in the conservation and protection of those species in the long run. Everybody has an opportunity to make change. You just have to find the space for it in your life. You don't have to have a lot of money. You can get in the water and go just observe. Some species are here today and won't be here tomorrow. And we won't even know that unless somebody's keeping track of them.
It's super important to recognize people who are already there and who are engaging with art making, environmental action, or whatever experience they have, rather than thinking about parachuting myself and trying to say, I'm going to save you. So that's the kind of philosophy behind this project in general.
When I met Marek and Maja, I thought, this is amazing, because they're trying to do what I don't do very well, because I'm not an artist, but I try to express what I'm doing through visuals. Not everybody is excited by science. We all need to meet people where they are, especially if we want to have an impact on them, which I do. And I have to do that in the way that people will hear it. It's up to those of us who know to share with the people who don't in the many ways that we can.
Our project it's focusing on people like Nancy, who is trying to start kind of her own almost private restoration project. So the kind of multifaceted aspect of those efforts, those stories are extremely empowering, and also looks like people are engaging in those things for many, many years, regardless of the political climate. And I think that's extremely liberating.